Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. I definitely like to punish myself.
Finish him, Daddy.
This is my I don't want to say it's a recreation, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it like just, one to one. And this is, oh my God, this looks exactly like Owen Sea Lion Shores. It's not going to be that, but I'm definitely going to try my best to, when you see this video or you pull this up for reference of the real thing, you're definitely going to get those cues that, oh, yeah, this dude kind of, he got it pretty close. But yes, absolutely not like a Haribo or a Goron or Christina, absolute, recreation one to one. This is just kind of like my loose Planet Zoo interpretation of Sea Lion Shores from the Henry Dorley Zoo. This is in real life, it's like a little over an acre. It's like a 250,000 gallon tank. They've got like a 40-foot long underwater viewing window, which we've actually not got to yet. I'm still kind of in the entrance phase, like trying to work up these natural boundaries and, just really kind of focusing on getting this front little entrance area looking as cool as I can. The theming is incredible in the real thing. I've been watching a lot of YouTube walkthrough videos. There's this one guy that is just, that's all he does is walking tours. He doesn't actually speak or anything. He just totally walks through the whole attraction, and he has been, that channel has been indispensable with allowing me to just pause the video and watch this step for step on where, how this habitat plays out. And one of the cool things that they do in the real thing is all of these rocks you see here along this entrance, they all have little barnacles and little seashells like encrusted in the side of the rocks. It's got like this really cool, almost like you're in a low tide area, and the tide is out, so you're here kind of on these kind of on the shores here with these sea lions. And you might notice too, when we'll go into the real time in a few minutes, there are not just sea lions in here, but also even in the real one, I believe they allow some like harbor seals in there with them, and apparently they get along fine. So in my version, you will see there's a pair of gray seals swimming around with the California sea lions. So I didn't want you to think that was too off and too realistic, because actually in the real thing, there are some harbor seals swimming around with these guys, and they had a nice little touch. Honestly, I think the gray seals actually, I think the model just, it looks better than the sea lions in this. They just have such a charismatic look and personality to them in this game. So that's why it was really fun to kind of bring those two in. Here I'm kind of putting up some more foliage, and they really have a really cool like pine tree that kind of sticks out of the side of the rock. Like you saw me put that tree in there just a few minutes ago. It looks really, really cool. One thing that you'll see in this video that they actually had, that I actually put in to start, but took it out just because in game it looks better without it. But in the actual Sea Lion Shores, they have netting that goes up across one of these like this first little viewing platform that you come up to. And I tried it in game, but the netting in game, like the meshing, I just didn't think it looked good. So our version is just going to have like an open front, you're not going to have that netting, and you'll see when we go into the live section. This is an incredible piece of work on the real thing. It looks so freaking good and natural, but it's like a naturally carved out like arch you go under. And this leads you kind of towards your way to the underwater viewing and another little beach platform that we haven't tackled yet. Right here, you're seeing above this little cliff, or excuse me, at the bottom of this little cliff, they've got like a little, almost like a little sandbox, like a little sand pit for the kids to dig around in. So you'll see I put some little pails and stuff like that. But this is one of those projects where this zoo and this particular attraction has always just kind of captivated my attention. And if I could travel to any zoo in the United States and like money wasn't an option, I think I would go to the Henry Dorley Zoo. Like that would be my number one. Like if somebody said, okay, we're going to send you to any zoo you want to go to, I think that would be probably either there, or I really, really like the Fort Worth Zoo. Probably one of those two, but Henry Dorley, I think, would take the cake as far as what zoos S-Dan would go to. And I think this would probably be like my first stop. And then, of course, they have like a massive indoor rainforest, massive desert dome. So it is just, if you get a chance to go to it or even look up YouTube videos on it, I highly suggest you do, because it looks like an absolutely insanely awesome complex. And I just think that's why it was so fun to kind of start. This was actually a project I've thought about doing since I saw the concept art for it. But now that it's really open and those YouTube videos are out there, I thought, you know, what better time to jump in and just try this? I found it, you'll see in a minute, I found a really cool billboard to give it like that really like, almost like an emerald greenish blue to the water that they have out there. And I think it's just going to work out really, really well. My version is a little bit larger than the Henry Dorley version. But like I said, we're not trying to 100% accurately recreate this, but just in the spirit of Sea Lion Shores, I wanted to try this within Planet Zoo. So I don't know, hopefully I see it through. I haven't hit any snags yet. I've just been really busy with real life stuff, so I haven't got to work on it since this weekend. But hopefully we'll jump back in towards the end of this week and we will start kind of pathing our way out further into the exhibit. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the real time real quick, and you can see the animals, see the progress I've made, see the Rocky Shores Theater that I kind of started. And yeah, let's jump over there real quick. All right, guys, and here is our little lagoon. Doesn't this look pretty cool though? And see, here's the little theater. This is kind of how it looks when you come in. You come in from that. Well, I'll just show you. Come in from this main little entrance. Sea Lion Shores. Actually, there's a little tiny Owen right there. And you know what I was thinking? This would probably be a cool first exhibit in the Suyana North American area. Because, I mean, look, this is only 887 pieces. I could blueprint this over and you know, just I'd have to figure out the terrain and stuff and get the water back right. But that might be a good idea for Suyana, because remember, we started a North American area. I just did the entrance. I haven't actually done an enclosure yet. There, or this could go in Lost Creek. But yeah, maybe Suyana. Right here, this is the start of the Rocky Shores little theater area with some stadium seating, and they've got this little lower area that's kind of glassed off where the sea lions can come up. So I thought that was pretty cool, which actually their little thing, it's a lot smaller than what I have here, giggity. And it seems like it turns more towards the rest of the habitat. So like if you're over here, because this is going to be glass here probably in the next couple days, this little spot is a beach they can go up on, and there's a piece of glass that goes across this. When the people on YouTube are standing here and looking out, they can see the theater from here. So that is where mine is going to deviate a little bit. my theater section is a little more hidden than the real life sea lion shores. So I don't know. Like I said, there's definitely some room for interpretation. This is like that part I told you in the real thing. There's netting that goes across here, but I just thought it was a little too obstructive, so I just put the fencing up so you can still kind of see out into the lagoon. Here's the archway that will lead you back further into the exhibit. Here's like the little makeshift little sandbox that I put together over here for the little tykes. I'm thinking, after everything winds around, the underwater viewing section, like that 40-foot glass wall, is over in this area, I believe it's going to be. So it'll, I'll eventually have to move this stuff. And that will be here. And then, of course, over here is their little, kind of like their little islands out in the middle of the exhibit. And yeah, a couple people were asking me when I put the pictures on Instagram and Twitter how I got the water to look like that. Just remember, it's just a blueprint. It's just a screen. Excuse me, not a blueprint. It's a screen of just some water that I found on Google. But, you might think, okay, well, that, it looks kind of dumb out here. But you have to remember, the game changes it once you sink it into water. So you have to play around with it and kind of, find that depth that looks best. And then, of course, underwater, it doesn't look too good because, you're right here on it. But for the most part, when you're looking at it up here like we will be, that gives it a pretty cool, turquoise, really, really cool blue. And this was that tree I was talking about that it came out really, really cool. Kind of how it's broken off there in the rocks. So yeah, that's what I kind of worked on at the end of the weekend. I think it came out, or it's coming out pretty cool. It's got a lot of work left to do, a lot of theming with this area, and there's like another little area that comes out right here you're actually up in the air, and there's a little piece of glass. You can walk out to the end of it and look at them. There's a waterfall kind of right here that'll split the path, and then it goes down into the flooded caverns, and that's where the big piece of glass will be, that you can go underwater and see these guys kind of gliding around effortlessly. Really, really cool. And the real one too, it has a kelp forest. It they can kind of weave in and out of. I think it's super cool. I'm thinking these guys probably they're, I would think in the Pacific Northwest, the thing that they would have to look out for the most, probably orcas. I'd say, without doing a bunch of research, just that area of the country up there, their biggest natural worry in the wild would probably be killer whales, kind of, hunting them just like the great whites do further to the south. These guys are definitely on the menu for orcas and great whites, I believe. But yeah, so you guys have to let me know what you think, and let me know if you've really been to Henry Dorley or if you live near there and actually get to go see this in person. Tell me what kind of job I've done so far. That's always cool. You guys that are actually out there. And, Nebraska's not really that far from me. In the grand scheme of things, it's closer than actually going out to, Oregon or Washington State or, where like you would see these guys, out there in the wild. I guess Nebraska would be a pretty good haul, but still be fun to go out there one day just to go to that zoo. Maybe make like a summer trip out of it or something. But, yep, anyways, guys, I'm going to jump on out of here, and you let me know what you think and subscribe to keep up with some more of this Planet Zoo nonsense. And I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.